Hey everyone. So before you click away, which some of you guys do and skip around, just know that I kind of have like a story to tell you guys for this. So stay tuned and listen for that. Also, I finally finished my Patreon account. I know I've been saying it for like a few weeks now, but I finally finished. Yay! So you can check it in the link is in the description. Check it out, whatever. I mean, you could just look at it. You don't have to support me, but just look through it. Anyway, so here's the story behind it. So, a lot of times in my art, I tend to do a lot of darker skin or mid skin females, and the reason why I do this is because let's just give the backstory behind it. So, once upon a time, back in like 2010, 2011, I had played softball, and if anybody plays softball, they know that when you're outside for a long time, you're going to get darker, and that was what happens. That was what was happening to me. I was getting darker, and I didn't mind getting darker at all. I actually liked the look of the darker skin because I never really had that issue with colorism and all that happens a lot in the black community and other communities, not just the black community, but just people of color. But there was this one guy, and his name was Hezekiah. I don't care. I'm putting him on blast. Hezekiah, and he was being an asshole about it. And I remember almost every single day when I'm coming in, he would make fun of my skin tone. And the thing that killed me was that the dude was much darker than me. He was like 2 times darker. Nah, he wasn't too dark, but he was darker than me. And he was just talking a lot of crap about my skin tone, talking about, he would make stupid jokes like call me Black Spook or Blackie or some stupid stuff like that, or Shadow. And some people would laugh at it, but it wasn't even that funny to me. To me, it was more that what upset me was that people were laughing at something that is an issue um, that we have as a community, the black community, and many people of color. And the fact that he was toying at it, it was just like, why are you feeding to this type of ignorance or feeding into this ignorance? And that's how I felt about the whole thing. And it was really upsetting. And this is when I kind of spiraled into a anger. Like, there's a stage, it usually happens to black people when they get to college, but it happened to me when I was in my sophomore year of high school, where African Americans, sometimes they go through a stage of just anger. And I just kind of went through that stage of anger towards, everything racial. I even opened I don't like to talk about this. I've never talked about this, but I even made a blog online about basically, it was just bad. Let's just say it was basically kind of a hatred. It was hatred driven about why, just be honest, that why black people are superior to other races, which isn't true. But it was just something that I was just upset. And I felt the reason why all these problems are happening is because of slavery and colonization and Western, or not Western, but white supremacy that's happened in the past. And it still affects us today, and a lot of times people still look at African Americans or darker skinned people, or the features that we have, as being ugly and not very pleasant, and not as beautiful. And I disagree with that, and I feel like African American women, especially the darker skinned women, are very badly represented in media and pop. It's just not very popular. So that's the reason why I tend to paint or draw those of a darker skin complexion versus those of a lighter skin complexion. And even though all women in general, dark and light, have issues, especially black women, we have issues amongst the society regarding beauty standards and etc. I just feel like the pressure is worse amongst darker skinned black women, and it's something that happens even when they're a child, and it's even still prevalent in media. So this is why I was just, I just wanted to tell you guys that. But as always, thank you for watching, and I hope to see you next time, and hopefully I'll get a one-day portrait sometime this week. I don't know. It's not looking too good. I'm not even going to lie to y'all. But anyway, bye, guys. White images to color very easily. I just need the shading because that's the part where, with a different style of doing portraits, and I really like how it turned out. Anyway, thank you guys for watching.